Hi and welcome back to Cut the Craggle, continuing the birthday celebrations for the cinematic masterpiece that is Ghostbusters. Today, we're going to be taking a look at this extra special custom piece, a giant Maxifigure of Mr. Stay-Puft Marshmallow Man. A few years ago, I found this dude on Instagram who was making these giant, oversized versions of LEGO minifigures. As soon as I started scrolling through their portfolio of work, I was already thinking, Stay Puft, Stay Puft, Stay Puft. I couldn't help it. It just popped in there. And then I saw it. They had already made a giant Stay Puft. Of course, I knew I had to get one. Although, much to my shame, it took about another 2.5 years for me to finally pull the trigger and buy one. Full disclosure, these things aren't cheap. Maxifigures explained to me that these can take around 60 to 70 hours to complete. So I was fine paying the price, considering the amount of work that would be going into this. I just had to wait until real life expenditures had stopped treating my wallet like an all-you-can-eat buffet before I could actually commit to commissioning one of these fine beauties. So finally, after yearning for this for about 2.5 years, this very special package travelled the arduous odyssey all the way from Australia to glorious OG South Wales. I opened it, I marvelled at this stunning creation, and then I put it back in its box and that's where it stayed for another year. Until now. I've been refreshing my LEGO Ghostbusters display and realised it was beyond time that I finally included my giant Stay Puft. We did of course get an official stay-puft Marshmallow Man minifigure in a LEGO Dimensions fun pack. And I love that minifig, but I've always wanted a bigger stay-puft that could scale better with my Ghostbusters minifigures. And just look at how great this is standing next to the firehouse. It's incredible. Yeah, before the pedantics come at me in the comments, if we were doing this properly to scale, it'd have to be even bigger. But honestly, I think this scale works perfectly for LEGO. In terms of articulation, this has all the posability of a real LEGO minifigure. You can move his arms up and down, his hands can also be rotated, his legs move as well of course. You can hear a little bit of, for lack of a better word, stiffness. I do think you want to be a little bit more careful when you're moving his limbs than you would with a normal minifigure. Remember, this is 3D printed, so he's not made of the same plastic that a minifigure would be. There are a few areas where you can definitely see this is 3D printed. On top here, there's these telltale rings that show the layering of the print. To be honest, the white actually hides it pretty well, as it's really only noticeable from above when looking down on the figure. There are a few other little imperfections. You know, if you really want to go looking for them. A little bleeding, if that's the right term, here on the necktie. And there's some blue that strayed into the white around the back on the hat. This isn't a perfect model, but honestly, it's pretty damn close. Just putting the Maxifigure next to the original official LEGO Dimensions minifigure, and it's so cool how close they are. Even with those little flaws, it really does look like a giant scaled up version of the official minifigure. If you're interested in getting one of your own giant Stay Puffs or any other giant LEGO figures, I'll link to Maxifigure's Instagram down below. It took such a long time for me to get myself this Maxifigure, but honestly, it was definitely worth the wait. Let me know what you think of this custom Mr. Stay-Puft Marshmallow Man Maxifigure in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you've done all that, well, you might as well give the video a cheeky thumbs up. I'll see you next time. Laters!